This is a variety called the SEREMI 2. It is an early maturing millet variety, and we promote it basically because of that, and it is also drought tolerant. Here we are in Katomi Parish in Wonjera sub-county, and this is actually a demo for our women's group. This variety takes around 110 days. And as we see, these ones are about to harvest. Actually, I pity by Christian women, they might not enjoy their Christmas because it has just very few days. By around 26th, this millet should be harvested. Actually, it was planted around September, and we expect harvest within those Christmas days. Yeah, as this is a sloping area. So as they had planted, of course some rains had to wash away some because they had not ensured against, they had not put bands and ridges that should have held that water within. So that is how that one came about. But of course, these are also different plots, and they were planted relatively at different days. But of course it's the same variety. Unlike the other last plot where the farmer wanted to try out in their normal way, so there was no fertilizer put, it was broadcasted, and that's why you see it a bit stunted. When you broadcast one, you're using too much seed. That is already an economic loss. Secondly, the millet becomes overpopulated, then there is a risk of too much disease and nutrient deficiency, which is opposed to when you plant in lines. And of course, planting millet in lines is very easy. You just need to have a very good ratio. You mix 1 cup of millet with 3 cups of soil and 1 cup of ash to ensure that you release as little seed or grain as possible. So farmers are convinced, and in some areas we have also improvised them line markers that help them to ensure that planting in lines is not so complicated. But the farmers here now are already convinced that it should not be broadcasting anymore. By the way, currently here millet is selling much selling than maize, because a kilo of millet flour goes to 4,000. And how much is a kilo of maize flour? So that is already one. If you're buying millet grain, a kilo is around 2,000. How much is a kilo of maize grain? And of course, there are less production costs involved, of course, and many farmers are taking up millet. Of course, with these high yielding varieties, I'm convinced that farmers are going to take up millet growing here, not only for food security, but also for income generation. And it's highly selling. A number of technologies. There are those small equipment that can help actually in harvesting the millet cutters or reapers. But of course, after harvesting, we also encourage the farmers not to dry the millet on the ground. So we encourage them to dry on tarpaulins or improvise some kind of carpet where they can dry, such that our millet remains of good quality, and we also try to avoid issues of aflatoxin at that level. Farmers here have a problem of beating the millet, beating with sticks, but I can assure them that we now have a machine or an equipment. We call it a thresher. So you just need to cut your millet and place it in. It will just thresh out. You have your clean millet grains there, and then the sasara you leave the other side. So all those technologies are there available for the farmers. Of course, being brown here works for me because having a farmer learning platform by the side, this really proves to the farmers the importance of the technologies we are promoting. This particular farmer here did not apply any technology. You can see the millet was broadcasted. The production complexity is high, very overcrowded, and the yellowing is basically a nutrient deficiency issue. So, which is actually what is not happening in the other field where we have proper nutrients applied.
kandi oyine ku buhingo tyabo ko toruho erizoba ruho chakare toruho kugira ngo uriya nawo kwari jayizire gupangisa akashange hakasera atatemo wandijo akashangana bucerakira
hano batupemera n'ibiti
ni bandi bapima n'ibiti hati nicyo kure harimo bo busharasharo konko musiri no musiro gumwe konko ine kuguhinga uwo muntu tabutabe wabutaba nabwibona numba ntwa leta rwari kandi n'ekindi nikibanike kareba icyo ni yabere inshonga ngo hati mwana umugeragera nso musiri gwitu nanaguriyo gwifogo kuriya ubwo twatumwina rememba ari kuza kuhinga nitwe kwako yahereze yagira mu kareka waswasi ya embibo yasibayo enjure gwire niyo kinza kubakuma tukuza kubibo bwe bukaba bwameze asa nangwa kandi yagezaho nawe yajya nza kugenda nanyenze kuhinga kandi konka ngende
spacing boba o spacing burunjo je kuba ngebikore bimubiriko ebyana bisatu babita bya mu runyankoroko tirari njo okuzara so buri royi wabwote oba chance ya ogisse tebijja kuzara nebo spacing kiba still kijja kuzara erofune kingi okusinga okozeje muntu mulabe takali ya ferine lyawa ya mayinja nyo linama oruyinja ruiki rungi atenga mulabe emirandira jobulo wano wejikoma kakati nebo botaddemu ebijimusa emirandira gino bwe gibate gisobola kutuuka bijimusa bufuuka butya bwebuto kyobola batubaga matino bwobapwe mulina amasha ebirisa bino ebishi amasha ebinyankole ebirisa ebinyankole nobitabika muki mutaka muno noteka muno akati ebijimusa bino byetuleta ebizungu bino NPK kutwaleta alwamu mutaka era toraba yero yo muki mungi era botu obulo obusingo bunyinga bulina awalya emiki amayinja bote okukola ki yere woyo olaba wana kuba uyatwara waliki walinyo kale bobanga osobola okufuna ebigundi notaboka takaboti osobola okukola ki okubanga tufuna nyoka yero kale
wakuyinzi konkani semeje gurupo tureba ngwetira mu ngwe twabashonisi konkani nekibuzo kimwe akaplota ko numujira ngo muza kuyamukira okazinga
yo kare kundu kuranga nawe kare nkabaza nka
ndugu zanga kumera zamera kubibi manyaza nene kumine extension workers abahinzi amagombora Kenneth warredo kumamre so no muhisa wegombora yihunga mu government kan no muhisa mwashire den kino bazono sibe kurabasibe atabana bakera amagombora owihunga province bamureki njano murego wano